Hello, my name is Oswald Cobblepot. Before anybody asks, yes, I do appreciate that our hair is purple because that is my color. I'm not really much of an outsider as far as being outside in the real world, but I did promise Wynn that I would do an introduction video, so I'm going to do the best that I can. As you already probably know, I am Edward's husband. We worked together to create the city for the inner world where we all live now, rather than that dreadful island that was just too bright and too sandy, and we didn't appreciate it much at all. But our reasons for changing things were not entirely selfish, of course. We did see the need for the system to be less isolated and less afraid of being found by someone, and so we put them in a very safe city where they could explore and interact with people without, any risk of actually getting hurt. As Wynn has described me, I am the Wozniak to Ed's Jobs. I am really the idea man behind everything. Ed is just a lot better at presenting ideas and sort of carrying out my stuff into fruition and interacting with the system and all that. I like mostly to keep to myself, other than of course my interaction with my husband. Being alone equals being with my husband because really we're never apart. I'm largely an inside helper. I prefer it that way. I like making sure that the inner world is running fine and coming up with new ideas to help improve things. There's really not much for me in the outer world. I have no investment out here. As long as I'm with my husband and I have problems to solve, then I'm feeling good. I did make a point to meet our friend Julie because she's very kind to the system, and I wanted to, show her in a sign of good faith that I'll come out and I'll meet her and I'll shake her hand and I'll let her hear, my voice and watch my mannerisms so she knows what to look for if I come out. But other than that one instance, and of course for this video, being out on purpose really isn't my style. I do owe my husband Ed my life, quite literally. He made sure that I was created at the time that he split off from whoever and was developing in that kind of like void of energy and personality creation. He was made very clearly and he sort of sensed me there, but I'm trying to describe this in a way that will even make a little sense. So there was a primordial ooze that he came out of, and then that started fading away, but before it could fade away entirely, because there were inklings of me in it, he said, "Hey, Oz, are you there?" And that was enough to push me forward and make sure that I got made as well. So neither of us had to be without the other one. I have an amazing husband and he gave me life. And I think that's pretty great. I'm really not vengeful or violent or scheming, unless you're scheming to solve problems, but I don't think that scheming is the word that's generally used in that manner. So even though I look like the Oz from the TV show Gotham, he is very angry and flamboyant and unnecessarily violent at times, also extremely emotional and trusting at weird levels. He has a lot of mommy issues. So I'm really not him. I just look like him. I do not have mommy issues. I feel like I have a reasonable amount of trust that I put in other people, but I also have safe boundaries that I put around myself. I like alone time, reading and writing. I don't write fiction. I write out my problems and try to, find new problems to solve and write out ways to solve those problems and just kind of build on it from there. I'm really not satisfied unless I'm working towards a goal. Right now, maintaining and improving the city in any way I can is a very fulfilling pastime for me. I don't have a lot of relationship with anybody else in the system. I do like Kim. We talk in passing sometimes, but I haven't gone out of my way to really get to know anybody else, and they really haven't gone out of their way to get to know me. They see that I'm happy and content just kind of being by myself, and they let me do that, and I let them do their thing. And, if they have any problems with the inner world that I've designed, they can definitely come talk to me about it, and I'll make it, I'll fix it. But I'm not an incredibly social being. I'm happy just being with me and my husband and my writing desk. I don't really have an age properly, like I can't give you a number, I just am an adult. And I feel like, I know that Kim has talked about leaning that way too, because the less and less she identifies with the trauma of 2002, the more she feels like an exact number doesn't quite fit her. So she's kind of leaning away from that as well. Ed doesn't have a proper age, is an adult. But really, age, when it comes to mental age, when you're not talking about physical body development, It's just semantics, isn't it? When you put an exact number on mental age, it really doesn't mean much. When it comes to mental age, to me, it's really more important how responsible the person is and how mature they are and how well they are at taking care of themselves. Beyond that, a number is just a number. I'm trying to think of any similarities between me and any of the fictional Oswald Cobblepots. I don't wear a monocle. I do not have an obsession with ladies. Obviously, I'm gay and married to a man, and I love him very much, and I don't want anyone in the world other than him. I do like tea. I know that the Penguin in the comic books likes tea. I like tea. That will be my similarity, I suppose, other than my appearance. I also, for some reason, the body waddles a little bit when I walk. So there's that as well. I'm really honestly trying to find ways to drag this video out because I know I'm talking a little quickly and there's really not much to say about myself, but I think I've run up to the end of any kind of self-introduction I can give. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this was even a little entertaining and I didn't just bore you a bunch. I am going to go back into the inner world and sit down with a hot cup of tea and enjoy that with my husband. All right, have a great day. Oh, thank you to Liz Joyce, Shoshi Bauer, and Lily Andrews, and all of our patrons for supporting the channel and helping Win and the others do their thing out here and be happy out here so I don't have to worry about them keeping busy. They have something to invest themselves in. Now that's everything. I think I can wrap up the video. Have a great day. Goodbye.